Can you believe it? Back to school time is almost here, so WIS Sunrise wants to make sure you and your family are prepared. We're sitting down with district superintendents all across the Midlands before students head back to class.
Yeah, we are so excited to be joined by Kershaw County Superintendent Dr. Harrison Goodwin before students head back on August 4th. He was named Administrator of the Year by the South Carolina National School Public Relations Association last school year. So, Dr. Goodwin, congratulations to you.
Thank you. I don't know if I'm the greatest communicator, but that's what they say.
Well, thank you so much for your time this morning. Talk about what's new with the school district.
I think this year the biggest focus is going to be on the new math standards and the new math textbook adoptions that we're doing. And that's going to be the case all across the state. We're in a situation that last year we spent a lot of time with the ELA adoptions. So at least we've had experience going through this, but it's still going to be new for our teachers and our students.
Absolutely. Safety is also a top concern for parents and students each school year. Coleman Smith was just hired as your new coordinator for safety and security this upcoming year. So just talk about new measures that might be in place.
Well, Coleman came to us from a school resource officer position, so he moved up in the organization, and we're real happy to have him. A number of things that we're going to be doing is an emphasis on if you have a tragic incident and how we move our people and how we get them to a reunification spot. We're going to be doing some drills as the school year begins where we're going to do some live drilling to do that. Hasn't been done in a while in our district, and you need to do it from time to time. The other safety upgrades we've been looking at, most school shootings, and you hate to talk about these tragic events, but most happen because of the little things like leaving a door propped open, doors not being locked. So we're doing a lot of work with access control, automated, so that when the elementary teacher takes her kids out on the playground, it's always been sort of, well, we'll just slide a rock or something in the door so it'll be unlocked when we come back. Now they can just use their name badge and scan back in.
Talk about teacher shortages within the district. We know it's happening really statewide, worldwide, if we really want to talk about it. But talk about how the district is addressing teacher shortages right now.
Well, the biggest shortage area is in special education, and we are like everybody else. We have a real shortage there. So we're having to contract those services through contract agencies. We also are leaning heavily on international teachers to fill those spots. And with the immigration things the way they are right now, that's been a little bit more tricky this year. But we feel good about where we are, opening school. We're going, we have our staff in place. Kids won't be without.
Well, not only is it important for kids to get to school safely, but return home safely as well. Transportation plays a big part in the day. What are measures that are put in place to just make sure kids are safe on school buses, and any trouble when it comes to retaining there?
Well, John Clinton is our Director of Transportation, and he's the best. I'll put him up against anybody. And we've made a real effort to increase our driver pay, but also our recruitment of drivers in the past few years. And we actually are opening just a few drivers short, as opposed to my first year in the district, we were 25 drivers short, which was right at 25% of our driving force. So they've done a great job, and our hats off not just to the drivers, but our driver trainers and our supervisors.
Talk about any new programs or resources that may be available for students, staff, parents.
We really are not rolling out a lot of new things this year. We're trying to do better at the things that we do. Part of our goal has been to back away a little bit from the technology, back away from the screen time a little bit. There's been a lot of new research done about screen time, so we're actually pulling back a little bit from that. We're pulling back from programmed instruction and focusing that the best teachers are the best asset we have, and we want to put the best teacher in the classroom to take care of our children.
Now as we prepare for a new school year, any industry will face its challenges, and that doesn't exclude education. So anything that you guys have been facing challenge-wise as you prepare for the new year?
Well, the staffing obviously is one. You want to be staffed when the year begins. The other one that we're dealing with is the freeze on the federal funding. While it's not a huge number in our district, it is something that was unplanned for, and we passed a budget, and a week and a half later found out we were going to have a freeze. So we're really trying to back up and look. We budget very conservatively, so we're not facing any layoffs of folks right now. Now, if we went into next year with the freeze, we would have to reevaluate, but right now we're in good shape.
Okay. Are there any reminders for parents, maybe students, ahead of the first day that you do want to kind of share and get the message out?
Sure is. I always tell people, give us a little grace in the first 2 weeks. We didn't forget how to do a car rider line between last May and August. We still know how to do a car rider line, but we have different people in the line, not only different parents in the line, but also different staff people. Give us a little grace for 2 weeks and we'll almost guarantee that all the kinks will be worked back out. The other one is with our food service staff. We are the largest food provider in the county, and it takes sometimes a day or two to get all that timing exactly back into place. Again, you have new people and new children. One of the things that I like to do is spend my first few days going and visiting elementary schools and helping with breakfast and with lunch, because nothing will humble you more than working with a kindergartner who's never opened a milk carton before.
Patience is definitely key. We want to make sure that everyone has a great school year. So Dr. Goodwin, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck on the upcoming year.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And this entire interview will be on our website. Go there, WISTV.com.